Hello, I'm Jillian from Jillian Studio, and today we are going to work on heart openers and back bends. So often I see in my clients and my students, they have rounded postures from their work and from holding babies or washing dishes or just from stress. So today we're going to do a class opening the shoulders, doing some back bends and helping to bring breath and more space up to the collarbone and the neck and the throat and the head. So we'll start sitting in a cross-legged position, and if you could have your right leg in front or on top. Now I'm sitting on a bolster just to give my spine some lift. I'm sitting on a block, but you can sit on a bolster or a blanket to help lift the spine a little bit and let the hips be slightly more elevated than the knees. We'll close our eyes, allowing the hands to rest in our laps, letting the shoulders relax away from the ears. Just taking a few deep cleansing breaths here, maybe sighing out through the mouth or even the nose. A few deep breaths to find yourself on your mat. Find yourself in your own space, letting go of anything else that might be lingering or holding in your mind. Grocery lists, problems, to-do lists, work, children, dogs, cats, whatever it might be. Letting it go here for just another moment, just breathing it out, sighing it out, maybe even shrugging it off the shoulders. And then finally, we'll find a nice strong spine lengthening through the back of the head, and find a 3-part breath. So try to allow your breath to come from the low belly up through the ribs and into the heart, making belly 1, ribs 2, heart 3 for a 3-part breath. And then as you exhale from the chest 1, the ribs 2, and the belly 3. So keeping the eyes closed, the face soft, the spine nice and straight, floating on top of the hip bones. And encourage a 3-part breath here for a few more moments, inhaling deeply through the belly, up through the ribs and into the heart, trying to bring the breath all the way up to the collarbone. And exhaling from the collarbone back through the ribs and into the low belly. So just a moment here with just your breath. We're creating a nice rhythm and pattern of breath here while we're sitting still. So when we start our movements, our breath is already established. It's already waiting for us to encourage our movements through our postures. So just another moment to encourage this 3-part breath pattern and rhythm in your body. Still letting go of any thoughts, any doubt, fear, pain, anything that tries to take your awareness away from your mat, away from your body. Try to sigh it away with this 3-part breath. Let's start to invite some movements into our body, still encouraging this 3-part breath. You're going to inhale and lengthen through the back of the head, back of the skull, and then as you exhale, gently drop chin towards chest, allowing the shoulders to stay away from the ears. Sending nice deep breaths through the back of the neck, the back of the skull, opening through the shoulder blades with your breath. Maybe start a little rock back and forth while the head's down, just rocking the head from side to side, noticing the stretch you might get from the side of the neck with this gentle rock. One more breath, and you're going to allow this rock to take your head all the way over that right ear, over that right shoulder, keeping the left shoulder blade down away from the ear, stretching through the neck. Gently pull back on the chin, pulling the chin back in towards the throat. And then we're going to inhale, and we're going to lift the left arm out to our side, reaching the fingertips up, rolling that left shoulder blade down a little bit more, encouraging a different stretch, different intensity of a stretch through the neck. One more breath here, wiggling those left fingertips. And then exhale, dropping the arm and allowing the head to come back to center. Inhale, up through the crown of the head, coming up to neutral, and then exhale, dropping the chin or the head back and the chin up, stretching through the front of the face and the throat. Shoulders are still down, still lengthening through the spine, encouraging the 3-part breath pattern all the way up to the collarbone and back down into the low belly. One more breath, just reaching up through the chin, and then maybe starting a tilt from side to side. Eyes stay closed if you can, just following my voice. But if you need to see, you can watch. One more breath, just tilting the head back and forth, keeping the chin up. And then we'll tilt very gently that right ear towards the right shoulder, just keeping the chin up, changing the stretch in the face and the throat. One more moment here, and then inhale, chin back to up, looking up towards the stars, and then exhale, chin comes back to neutral, drawing it gently back to the throat, lengthening through the back of the head, to the back of the spine. Big inhale, and then exhale, let it go, sighing it out. One more time, big inhale. And exhale to let it go. We're going to inhale this right arm up, almost like you're scooping up towards the shoulder. Elbow goes up and then up towards the ear. Big stretch. And then exhale, a teapot tilt towards the left, keeping the right shoulder blade down, keeping the left shoulder blade down. One more breath through that right side body. Inhale here. Exhale, releasing the arm back to normal. So you should have had that right leg on top or in front, and you're going to scoop up that right leg and squeeze it in nice and tight like you're holding a baby or infant or a football, whatever. And then you're rocking that hip back and forth. Still the spine stays as straight as possible, shoulders back and down. Just encouraging some movement into this hip, maybe drawing circles. Still breathing. Eyes closed. Soften the face, keeping the mind on this breath and this movement and this hip. One more moment going this direction. And then we're going to trade directions, going the opposite way. Swirling the opposite direction. If you're swirling, if not, just keep rocking the hip. Another breath here into this right hip. And then let's draw it in one more time. Big inhale to squeeze it in nice and tight. And then exhale, let it reach out in front of you, pulling back on the toes, and maybe a light massage around the kneecap, around the thigh. A little sway of the ankle and of the foot. Let's put that left foot into the shin or the thigh, wherever it feels comfortable, opening up this left hip. And the right leg is strong, drawing energy up through the shoulders. And then exhale, roll them back and down. Let them reach back, 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 back behind you with the fingers. And then again, inhale, shoulders up to the ears, closing the eyes. Exhale, roll them back and down, reaching back behind you with the fingertips. One more time, inhale, the shoulder blades up to the ears, and then exhale, reach them back, 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 and then you hold here, almost like a swan or phoenix, shoulders back, and you're reaching back with the arms, really strong fingertips, reaching towards the earth. Keep the low belly super strong, looking up through the head, through the chin. One more breath, just like this. Pull back on your right toes. Relaxing with that exhale. Inhale to draw up through the spine, nice straight line. Exhale to take a fold towards this right toe, towards this right shin, and then inhale, scoop the head and heart back up, arms lift, and then exhale again to take your fold over this right leg. One more time, inhale, encouraging space through the belly, through the heart, and then exhale to take your fold. Hold here for 2 breaths. Shoulders try to stay away from the ears. You can massage the kneecap again here if that feels nice. One more moment. And then inhale, scoop the heart up. Shoulder blades come up with you. One more breath. A little turtleneck, squeezing as tightly as possible. Big inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down and let it go. Putting some movement in this right knee. Opening it up a little bit, maybe then putting some movement in the left knee, swaying back and forth. And then we're going to trade sides. So letting that left foot come on top or in front of the right, sitting up nice and tall. I like to put my hands on my hips here to push a little bit more weight into my hips. Make sure my hips are level. And then hands on my thighs, lifting up through the crown, shoulders back, closing the eyes. Encouraging that 3-part breath here again. Notice what you notice. Where's your mind? Bring it back into your practice, your mat, your body, letting go of everything else. One more moment here, encouraging the breath to lengthen up through the spine, floating the spine over the sit bones. One more breath. Your next inhale, reaching through the back of the head, and exhale, you're going to take the chin back up towards the stars, rolling the shoulders down, stretching through the face, through the neck. Maybe even open the mouth here and push the chin slightly forward. A little tilt right and left if that feels good for you. And then we'll tilt that left ear over the left shoulder, holding here for a moment. Soften the face, close the eyes, soften the jaw, relax through the belly, but lift through the spine. One more breath here, just like this. And we'll inhale back up to neutral. Exhale, chin back to level. Take another inhale through the crown of the head, and then exhale, chin towards chest, rolling the shoulders back, engaging the low belly to keep the spine strong and supported. And then we'll start a slight tilt, ear towards shoulder, just very gently, just rocking the head back and forth. Let's do one more rock, and we're going to take this ear all the way over that left shoulder and keep it there, finding a nice yummy stretch in the side of the neck. And then we're going to inhale and lift up through the right arm, reaching the fingertips up gently. Again, eyes stay closed, centering your breath on your body, Finding this stretch and releasing tension from the neck, from the shoulders, from the scalp. One more breath. Exhale to relax the arm and take the chin back towards the chest. Inhale to draw energy up through the crown, back to neutral. Working now with this right arm, it's your left arm. You're going to scoop it up like you're scooping in a beach ball, and it comes in towards the shoulder. The elbow goes up, and then the arm lifts up, almost like you're developing that arm up. And then exhale, little teapot tilt towards the right. Open up that left side waist, and then again inhale up nice and strong. Exhale, little teapot tilt, rolling the shoulders back. Another stretch there. One more inhale up, and then exhale, little teapot tilt. Stay here, pushing through that left hip. Maybe rotate the head if it's okay to look up at your fingertips, wiggling them there. And then inhale up. Exhale to relax that arm, and you're going to bend in this left knee, hugging it in nice and tight, squeezing, maybe even trying to put your chin to the knee if possible. If not, no big deal. Just hug that knee where it feels comfortable for you, and then letting it relax, holding it in like a baby or a beach ball or a football or a hot dog, whatever. And then you're rocking it back and forth, keeping the shoulders back, lifting through the heart. Close the eyes. Find breath and space and movement in through the hips. And then those rocks might turn into circles, circling out this whole left hip. Doesn't matter which way you're going, just putting some circles in. One more moment going into this direction, and then we're going to trade and go the other way. So we're going the other direction, circling our hip, lifting through the crown. See if we can be here one more moment, and then inhale to draw that knee in nice and tight. Another curl towards the knee, and then we're going to reach it out in front of us, creating a straight line from this left heel up to the left hip, pulling back on the toes. The right foot's into the shin or the thigh, shoulders back. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears, and you're going to exhale, roll them back and back and back, and the arms keep going, and you open up like a phoenix, reaching back, head back, and then again inhale, shoulders come up to the ears, and then roll back, 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 and you lift the belly, open the heart, reaching behind you. One more time, inhale, shoulders up, exhale, rolling them back, reaching the fingertips back behind you, engaging the whole arm, squeezing the triceps, squeezing the rhomboid, shoulder blades try to touch. One more breath, and back to neutral with your inhale. Taking a moment to maybe massage out this knee, massage out the shin, a little rock back and forth through that left foot. Massage the thigh, putting some movement there. And then we'll inhale to straighten that leg, and inhale up and towards the stars with the hands. Maybe look up if that's okay with your neck, and then exhale, take a forward fold over this straight leg, and then inhale to scoop the heart up and look up. Exhale over towards this straight leg. Let's do one more time. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, belly strong. Exhale to fold over this leg, and let's just stay here for 2 breaths, keeping the shoulders back, sighing out tension you might find through the backs of the leg. One more moment. Inhale to scoop the heart up, scooping up the belly to make a strong spine, and then bend this knee in. Maybe a wiggle back and forth with both knees. Maybe a massage out through the shins. And then any way you wish, moving on your own time, we're going to come to our hands and knees. So the hands are right underneath the shoulder blades, and the knees are right underneath the hips. And you could put some little wiggles there or rocks if that feels nice for you. And then find a strong tabletop, lifting the belly and the shoulders shrug back and down and the heart's forward. You're going to take a big inhale here. And then exhale, finding cat tilt. So the spine goes up towards the stars and the head drops in between those triceps. And you shake out the head here, yes. And no. Another breath to lift the belly, and then inhale to slide forward. Heart forward, belly drops, hips up. Cow tilt, finding this breath here, finding the space through the belly, open up to the shoulders. One more breath just here in this cow tilt. And then finding your very soothing rock or wave through the spine. Exhale through your cat tilt and inhale to pull the heart forward through your cow tilt. So this movement's very intuitive. The spine loves to move in this direction and flow like this. So just allow your body to flow and move how it feels best for you. Moving a little faster or a little slower, depending on what feels nice in today's practice. A few more rotations, still following that 3-part breath and allowing that breath to guide the spine in and out of this flow. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Let's do one more breath. Inhale, pulling it forward, stabilizing the shoulders. Then as you exhale, tuck the toes and reach back into your first down dog, letting the knees be very bent here. Head drops towards the mat. You want to almost try to kiss your belly button to your thighs and then start to walk it out, bending and straightening one knee at a time. Keep those triceps rolling in. Shake out the head a few times. And don't forget to inhale a few times up onto your tippy toes and drop the heels towards the mat, creating that yummy upside down V here in our downward facing dog. One more breath, just like this. And then inhale, drop the knees, heart pulls forward. We're in our tabletop. Exhale to flatten out the feet and round out the spine over the thighs into child's pose. You can rock the hips here or the head if that feels nice to you, or just stay still in child's pose and know that child's pose is here for you anytime you need it. Anytime you need a rest or find your breath, just find child's pose, breathing into this and resting. One more moment here, and then we'll inhale to flow forward. Top of our tabletop, shoulders rock back. Exhale to tuck the toes, lift the hips again, a downward facing dog. We're going to inhale to walk the feet back and pull the heart forward, and we're trying to create a strong tabletop plank. So a plank, pushing back through the heels, heart's lifted, thighs are strong. If you need to drop your knees, you're welcome to do that. I'm doing that now, and I call this a yoga push-up. And then I call when the knees off the mat a plank. So it's whatever you need to do. We'll be here one more breath. Maybe put a little bend in the elbows. Spread the fingers. A big breath. Exhale to lower down. Trying to let everything hit all at once. And then you're welcome to rock out those thighs. Bending the knees. Swaying the feet back and forth. Or just shake out the hips. Relaxing the legs back towards the mat. Toes reach to the back. Tailbone towards the toes. Elbows glued to your ribs. And we inhale just a tiny little baby cobra. We're not even hardly lifting up off the mat yet. Just engaging the belly. Reaching down with the tailbone. And then exhale to release and trade the opposite ear to mat. And then your next inhale, you'll do it again. Lifting up to a tiny little tiny baby cobra, reaching up and forward through the heart. And then exhale again, rotating opposite ear to mat. Let's do that a few more times on your own. It's an inhale to lift up, engaging the rhomboids right in between those shoulder blades. And then exhale to release down. And when you're lifting, you're keeping the low belly strong, trying to keep that tailbone towards the toes as much as you possibly can. Relaxing ear to mat. Let's do one more baby cobra. Lifting up, holding for a breath or two, relaxing the face, looking towards the front of your mat, not up, just out. One more inhale. Exhale to release. And again, you can sway out those hips. Maybe bend those knees, windshield wiper the feet. The arms can come back behind you or overhead. And then we're going to relax our feet back to the earth. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. Elbows glued to your ribs. We inhale, this time rolling up into a full cobra as high as it feels comfortable for you. Looking up and out, squeezing the belly, reaching the toes back. And then exhale to flow it back down to your mat. And then again, pushing through the hands, we lift up and out, opening the heart, shoulders down. And then exhale, rolling back and towards the mat. So go as high as you want to go. So maybe you just go, barely up. Maybe you go an inch. Maybe you go a mile. So do one more breath, inhaling to lift yourself up and off the mat. Spreading the fingers, push through the elbows, push through the wrists, push through the fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale to release and hold it here again, bending the knees and swaying back and forth. We're going to tuck our toes, hands come back under the shoulders, squeezing everything, and we try our best to lift off one straight line and then exhale again for a big down dog, walking it out. And feel free to find a child's pose. I like to come into a tabletop after that and reset my shoulders, lift into my belly, and then again back into my downward facing dog. I'm going to walk a little bit forward to the front of your mat, and then again find that strong down dog. Going to touch your left toe to your right toe and reach that right leg up and back, squeezing that thigh strong. Then as you exhale, draw it in towards the nose, and you're going to come almost like a plank. And then again, inhale up and back, and then exhale, draw in towards your nose, squeezing the belly. One more inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, draw in towards the nose, and then let's sit it in between the hands. And you can get it there any way you need to. Spreading the toes, pushing that knee over the baby toe, lifting up in that back heel and the back thigh. Another breath, and we're going to inhale to float the right arm up towards the stars, twisting open with the shoulder blades, with the belly button, hips stay level. Exhale to fold, and then inhale, twisting up with the left arm. Exhale to release it down. Again, inhale up with the right arm, twisting towards the stars. Exhale it down. One more time. Inhale up with the left arm. Exhale it down. You're going to stabilize your belly button, stabilize that front knee, and slowly come up, pushing through the hips. Find your high lunge. And the hands could be on the on the thigh or on the hips. And then eventually, hopefully, the lift up, shoulders back. We're going to be here one more breath to push through the hips, and then open like a bird. The arms come out to your sides, and then back behind you, interlacing your fingers, drawing the elbows back. So again, opening through the heart. One more inhale here, and then exhale. Fold down. Drop this back knee on the earth. Walk the right foot forward and straighten out that right leg, pulling the toes up towards the stars, lifting the heart, and then exhale. Take a fold. We're going to do that again. Inhale, lifting the heart, looking up. Exhale, take a fold. One more time. Inhale, up through the heart. Maybe you come all the way up, oops, or not. And then exhale to take a fold. And it's always okay to stumble. And it's okay to fall. As long as you breathe through it, lift your belly, and try again next time. One more breath here, stretching that hamstring. And then inhale, bend that front knee forward. Exhale, take it back, and it's gonna lift. You're still on that left knee. You're reaching that right leg out behind you. So we're in a tabletop balance, because then our left arm is gonna come out in front of us. Shoulders stay back, lifting that belly button. Another breath, reaching through the heel, reaching through your fingers, like someone's playing tug of war with your ankle and your wrist, and you feel that in your core. One more breath. Exhale to release it back to your tabletop. Inhale to look up. Count it. Exhale. Catch it. Do this a few more times. Last inhale to draw forward, shoulders back and down, lift through the belly. Exhale to tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. A slow vinyasa, walking the heels back. Inhale the heart forward, top of your push-up, top of your plank. Inhale here. Exhale to lower. Inhale to scoop up to your upward facing dog, rocking the shoulders back. Squeeze the belly, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more breath. Exhale, hips down, heart down, chin down, relaxing on the earth, bending those knees overhead, rocking them back and forth, sighing it out. Relax the legs. You're going to come up onto your elbows. You're going to let your left elbow bend, taking your left fingertips towards your right elbow. Shoulders rock back and down, lift through the belly. So we're in a modified Sphinx here for a moment, opening the heart. And then we're going to bend our right foot, taking our toes up towards the stars. And maybe you look back over your leg or over your right shoulder and you see your foot and you wink at it. Or maybe you reach back and you grab the foot. And if so, you kick foot into hand, hand in the foot, and you're opening up this right shoulder blade, lifting the belly, and you're stretching so much that you feel it through the quadricep, the top of your thigh, finding that stretch, opening the heart. One more breath, no tension in the neck. Maybe rock it back and forth, and then look again over that right shoulder. One more inhale here. Exhale to release back onto the mat. Resting your hands on the mat and your forehead on your hands. Another sway through the hips. Maybe you bend through the knees, windshield wiper the feet. Relaxing that down, tucking those toes. Inhale up, try to come up through a straight line. Exhale, downward facing dog, walking that down dog out. Finding those triceps pulling towards you, inward. Triceps rock in, at the same time roll out, if that makes sense. They squeeze in and rotate out. We're going to touch that right toe to left toe. Inhale that left leg up and back, and then exhale, draw in towards the toes, lifting the belly. And then again, inhale up and back. Exhale, draw in towards the nose. One more time. Inhale up and back. Exhale, draw in towards the nose. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more breath, squeeze, and then exhale. Sit it in between those hands, any way that feels nice for you. Bending the knee towards the baby toe, reaching up through that right thigh, lifting the heart, shoulders back. We're going to inhale to float up with the left arm, reaching it up towards the stars. Exhale to let it back down on the mat. And inhale to float up. The right arm looking up, spiraling open from the belly. Exhale it back down. Inhale up and open with the left arm. Exhale it back down on the mat. Last time. Inhale to float up with the right arm, twisting from the heart and the shoulders. Exhale back down. Inhale, pushing through that front foot. Aware of your back foot, stabilizing the core, the belly button, and then inhale to float up to your high lunge, bending that front knee over the baby toe, shoulders back, hands on the thigh, and then maybe the arms reach up overhead, looking up, taking a breath here. Exhale, open the arms back behind you, interlacing the left thumb on top, shoulder blades down, elbows drop back like wings. Another breath, bending that front knee a little deeper. Exhale, a slow fold back over that front knee. Let's drop this back knee and wobble back and forth, bending the front knee, putting breath in to the front leg, and then little baby steps of that left foot going forward. Straighten out that leg. Inhale to float the heart towards the stars, and then exhale to fold over that hamstring. Another inhale to lift up and open. Exhale to float down. One more time. Inhale up and open, shoulders back. Exhale, we're going to hold here in this fold, keeping the left toes towards the stars. Squeeze that right gluteus maximus, keeping the hips level and square to the front of your mat. One more breath here. Inhale to bend this front knee. Reach this leg back behind you. Tabletop balance now on this side, lifting the left leg, toes down, and then inhale the right arm out in front of you, shoulders back and down, looking down at your fingertips on the mat, straight line. Another breath. Someone's playing tug of war with your fingers and your heel. Inhale to lengthen here. Exhale back down onto your mat. Inhale up. Cow tilt, dropping the belly. Exhale, cow, rounding it back and down. Doing this a few more times, pushing through the fingertips and opening the heart. Cow tilt, exhale, curling the spine back and down. Cat tilt. One more time. Inhale, fluid motion forward. Exhale to tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog, walking out your down dog a few times, wiggling those hips. Then we'll inhale, pull forward to the plank, shoulders back and down, lifting the belly. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, scoop the heart up and open. We're in our upward facing dog, thighs hovering over the mat, shoulders pulling away from the ears. One more breath. Exhale, thighs, hips, belly, heart, head on the mat, swaying out the hips, bend the knees, maybe windshield wiper the feet overhead. Again, where is your breath? Where are your thoughts? Keep them right here on your mat, your body, letting everything else go. Relaxing the legs back towards the earth, tailbone towards the toes. We're going to inhale up to our elbows. Shoulders rock back. This time, the right hand goes towards the left elbow in a modified Sphinx posture, reaching the heart towards the stars, lifting the belly. And then maybe you bend the left knee, and maybe that's all you do, and that is fine. If you like, you can twist back, looking at the left knee, left foot. And then if you want to, the left hand can grab the left foot, and you're pushing hand into foot, foot into hand, opening through the left shoulder blade, finding a stretch to the deltoid, through the bicep, the tricep, pushing into the foot so much that you feel a stretch to the quadricep on your thigh. One more breath here. Exhale to release back down towards the earth. Another windshield wiper of the feet overhead. Then if you would like, you could try a full bow. So we did half bow on each side, on the right and left side, and a full bow would be grabbing both legs, engaging the low belly, low back, and then you inhale, kick the hands and the feet together, and it pulls you off the mat. Shoulders rock back and down, squeezing the belly. Some people can get higher than others, and that doesn't matter. You just breathe into your body, breathe into what it's giving you, and it's giving you space, breath, strength. One more breath. Exhale to release back on the mat. Sigh out tension from the low back, from the belly, moving the thighs back and forth. Without overthinking it too much, you're going to roll over onto your back. Letting the hands be by your sides. And the feet are about hip width apart and about a hand's width or so away from the hips. Shoulders push into the mat like little wings, pushing to the mat. Close the eyes. Keep the head neutral, looking straight up, and you're going to push through the feet, engaging the thigh muscles. The knees go towards the back of your mat, and you inhale and lift the pelvis off the mat as high as it wants to go, and then exhale slowly, just lower it down, one vertebrae at a time, not going too quickly, lowering down. And then we'll do that again, pushing through the feet. Thighs are strong, knees go towards the back of the mat, squeeze the glutes, lifting yourself up as high as you want to go. And then exhale, one little vertebrae at a time, all the way back down, all the way back to neutral. Let's do that one more time to push through the feet, all the way up. And once you're up this time, you can adjust and come up onto your tippy toes. I like to bend my elbows and put my hands underneath my sacrum, that triangle bone on your low back. And I push my pelvis up with my hands. I squeeze my low belly, I squeeze my thighs, soften the face, relax the neck, the shoulders. Sigh it out. If you are pregnant, especially in the third trimester, try not to do this posture. If you're menstruating, it's preferred not to do it because that reverses the flow. So another inhale, let's see if we can lift up onto our tippy toes, relax the breath, and then exhale to lower down, one little vertebrae at a time, going extra slow, not rushing anything, all the way back to the mat. Once there, windshield wiper the knees back and forth for a moment. Noticing what you feel within the hips and the low back. And then bring your awareness into the shoulders. Notice how they're firmly planted into the mat, away from your ears. And you want to try to keep them there forever and ever and always. One more breath here, just relaxing into the low back, into the hips. And then take your time to roll back over onto your belly, finding your belly button on the earth. Spreading the fingers underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale up from your plank, and then exhale to downward facing dog, walking that down dog out, back and forth and up and down, shoulders rock back. One more moment here. Lifting the belly button nice and tall. Let's walk our feet, little baby wiggle steps, coming up towards our hands. So you should be at the front of your mat. I'm going to roll to the front so you can see. Keep the head heavy. We're going to clasp our elbows, putting a soft bend in the knees, and just swaying the torso back and forth here. Like a grandfather clock, head's heavy, finding a stretch through the hamstrings as well as the low back. And then relax that flow, reaching towards the mat with the hands. See if you can step on your hands, and if so, perfect. If not, grab your toes, grab your ankles, grab the backs of your knees. It does not matter. Straighten out the legs as much as you can.
And then on your next inhale, see if you can bend the knees and open up into a squat, keeping your hands underneath your feet. And if you can do that, beautiful. If not, just squat. Let the hands be out in front of you. Just come into a squat. Another breath here. Exhale, take your forward fold back into stepping on those hands. One more breath. And then exhale again into your squat. Tailbone straight down, lift through the belly, shoulders back. Inhale here. Exhale back into your forward fold, stretching out through the shoulders. Find your breath up through the collarbone, expanding through the rhomboids, the shoulder blades, and then exhale again into your squat. Stay here. Tailbone down. Some people squat with their heels up, and that's perfect. Some people have their heels down, and that's perfect. Go to where you're happy. Another breath. And then we'll release the hands and just come into hands at heart center and trying to have a straight spine as possible. Maybe pushing your elbows into your thighs or into the shins to open up the hips a little more. Drawing back through the shoulders and the neck. Close the eyes and sigh it out here if you can. We're going to inhale, drawing up, energy up with this right arm, and then loop it around like a dolphin, coming underneath that right leg, and then twist up, inhale up with this left arm, coming into a twist, opening up that right shoulder as we twist. Another breath here. Exhale, curl this left arm now like a dolphin underneath, looping the shoulder in the inside the knee, and then inhale up with this right arm, and you can look up, shoulders back. One more breath. Exhale, swirl this one around, looping the arm around the right knee, and then inhale up with the left arm. Another breath, wiggle those fingers, no tension there. Exhale, scoop it around like ice cream scoopers, and then plant that left hand on the mat as you inhale up with the right, wiggling those right fingertips. Relax the right shoulder. Another breath. Exhale around, scooping it back and down. Round out the spine, and then inhale, float it up. Hands again at heart center, drawing your chin slightly in. One more breath here in your squat, opening your hips, finding your breath, gathering it up into the shoulder blades, up into the collarbone. We're going to reach back and have a seat. Soles of the feet together, opening up our hips. One more time in our butterfly position. Shoulders rock back. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, a slow fold, bringing the heart forward as the hips open up. Sigh out any tension you might find through the hips, through the shoulders, through the chest. Engage the low belly, lift yourself up and off of that. Exhale, close the knees like a book. You're going to take this your left leg underneath, and you're going to place your right leg on top. So we're going to come into a fish twist. I call fish twist just because, and we got the right knee going up towards the stars, and we're going to inhale to float up with this left arm, and then exhale, taking a twist towards the right. Shoulders rock away from the ears, and I use my right fingertips behind me to draw energy up through the earth into the spine. Strong spine. Spread the fingertips of this left hand, and then maybe you can turn and look all the way over the right shoulder if that's comfortable for your neck. One more breath here. Exhale, unwind. Now we're going to stack our knees. So kissing our knees. Now if this is uncomfortable and you have any pain in your knees, you can just leave this knee up, or you could even straighten out that left leg and let the right leg just lay on top like that. So there's all kinds of modifications. Go to where it's comfortable for you, finding the hips level on the earth, and you're sitting nice and tall up and out of the hip bones. Shoulders rock back and down. Close the eyes and just find the breath up into the collarbone. Find the breath, letting it glide all the way up to the crown of the head, sighing it out. We're going to inhale this left arm up and then reach around, patting ourselves on the back, on the shoulders, and literally beating out any tension you might find through the trapezius or the back of the neck. You can make a fist. It's giving yourself a light self-massage for one moment, especially get that left shoulder, left top shoulder. Close the eyes, side out. Then relax that. Take the elbow up as straight up as you possibly can. Turn into a scarecrow with that right arm, back and forth, palm towards the back wall, and then bend the elbow and reach behind you. If your fingers touch, great. Grab your fingertips and squeeze them together. If not, just push your fingers into the back. Elbows straight up, elbows straight down, chin slightly in, and you're opening the heart. Some people can even look up here, but we want the chin to be level and the head to be level, not looking too far up or too far down especially. One more breath or so here. This is Gomukhasana, or cow's head, opening the triceps and the chest cavity, and see if your three-part breath can gather from the belly and draw all the way to the collarbone here, finding space here. One more breath. Relax the arms, unwinding them, and then inhale both arms up when you're looking up. Open the heart, and then exhale a slow fold, pulling the heart forward as the hips push back, and you should feel a stretch in that top right hip. Close the eyes, melting here over the shoelace posture. Notice where your awareness is. Where are your thoughts? Keep them right here with you on your mat in this posture with your three-part breath. And let go of everything else. One more moment. Engage the low belly as you inhale up and off of your legs. Shoulders rock back and down, and unwind the legs one at a time. Let them both go out in front of you a little wider than our normal Dandasana. So usually our Dandasana is squeezed together tight, but we want a little wider, little windshield wipe here of the feet and of the legs. Maybe another self-massage, and then pull back on the toes. Inhale to grow tall, up and up and up, and then as you exhale, reach towards your toes in a slight angle with the arms, and your head's heavy. One more breath. And then inhale, scoop the heart up, sitting up nice and tall once again. We're going to reverse that sequence. So this time that right foot goes underneath the left, and the left foot's on top flat. Left knee going towards the stars. Shoulders rock back and down. Take a moment here in your fish, and then inhale up with this right arm. Exhale, taking a twist towards the left. Make sure you're reaching back with the left hand to sit up as tall as you can through the spine, using those mountain fingers. And you're not twisting with just the shoulders, you're twisting with the belly button and the sternum. And notice that this shoulder, this right shoulder, does not come more forward than the sternum is twisted. You might get to look all the way over the left shoulder if that feels comfortable for you. Spread your starfish fingers. Another breath. And exhale. Unwind gracefully, and we'll stack our knees here, letting them kiss. Now again, if this hurts the knees, if there's any tension or strain, you can always straighten this right leg and just let this left leg hang out on top, and that's perfectly acceptable. You can still follow along just with that leg straight. So another breath, shoulders back and down, aware of the hips. They're level. You're floating the spine on top of those strong, level, grounded hips. Shoulders rock back. 3-part breath up into the collarbone, finding space through the pectoral muscles. And then we're going to inhale to grow up nice and tall with this right arm, and then exhale, bend the elbow, reaching back, and we give ourselves a pat on the back all the way across the back. Maybe make a fist and really beat the top trapezius, that top shoulder muscle on this right side. Another breath or two, breathing all the tension away. And then slow that down and allow that right elbow to go up as much as you can, but keeping the right shoulder down. Turn into a scarecrow with your left arm, giving it some movement there. And then take it behind you. And if your fingers meet, perfect. If not perfect, push your fingers or your hands into your back. If your fingers meet, grab them, squeeze them together. Let the elbows go straight up, straight down. Still straight spine, chin slightly in. Some people can look up if that's comfortable, or just stay looking normal, straight forward. Close the eyes. Find your awareness on this breath, this body, on this mat. Opening your breath into your collarbone and letting go of anything that's stuck there. Any stuck emotions, any stuck tension or pain, or just bring space into the collarbone, into the heart. One more breath. Exhale, unwind those arms. Inhale to take them up, look up like a swan. Exhale to take a fold, hips back, heart forward, all the way down, as far as you want to go. So some people might fold a mile. Some people fold, an inch, and you go to where you're happy. Breathe through that right hip on the earth, pushing it towards the earth as you stretch the back of the left hip. One more moment here. Eyes closed, breath full, mind focused. Inhale to scoop the heart up, nice and tall. Shoulders rock back, unwind the legs, taking them back out in front of you, but this time we'll have them straight and strong. Thighs together, toes up. Full Dandasana. Inhale up and through the heart, looking up. Exhale to take your forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, scoop the heart up, lifting through the belly. Exhale to take your forward fold. One more time. Inhale, scoop the heart up, looking up. Exhale, this time holding that fold, reaching towards the toes, and then relaxing and sighing it out. One more moment to round out the spine. Maybe bend the knees. A little massage on your thighs or on your hamstrings. Inhale to scoop the heart up. And as you do, the shoulders come up to your ears in a little turtleneck. And I like to push my hands into the tops of my hips and put a little rock there. And you stay here in your turtleneck, squeezing nice and tight. Close the eyes and imagine all stress, strain, pain, doubt, fear, anything that's stuck, anything that needs to go, pulling it in between the shoulders, behind the base of the skull. And we're going to take 3 breaths, and we're going to roll this stuck, stagnant tension out of our bodies into the earth, leaving us forever. And another inhale, squeeze super tight, and then let it go. Roll it out, side out. Again, drawing it up. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale to draw it up. And exhale, let it go. All the way down, leaving you forever. Scoop those knees in, finding your seed pod, hiding your eyes or your chin on your knees, maybe rocking back and forth, whatever feels best for you. One more moment here, just relaxing in. just like a seed pod knows when it should be planted into the earth. The same your body will know. So you might balance for a breath or two. You might just sit here and rock for a breath or two. So you'll roll and rock back onto your mat and hug the knees in towards your chest and maybe rock back and forth or relax the shoulders towards the earth. You might draw circles on the ceiling with the knees. So no wrong movements, just moving into your body, relaxing the low back, letting the belly have a moment to find a different quality of breath here on the mat. Just noticing how it moves from belly to heart and heart back to belly. We're going to place our feet on the mat. We're going to cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh, pulling back on the right toes. And we're going to draw this in towards the chest, interlacing our fingers behind the left thigh or maybe on top of the left shin, whatever works for you. But make sure the right toes are strong and the shoulders stay back and down, away from the ears. Some people like to rock the hips back and forth, so maybe you could try that, whereas others like to stay nice and still. But we're breathing through the hip flexors and softening the shoulders onto the mat. Soften the chin slightly in towards the chest. One more breath here, just like this. And then we're going to take this figure, keeping our legs just like they are. We're going to take them over towards the left side of the mat. The arms open out like a T. And you're going to move that right foot where you need it to go by using the left knee. And then look over your right shoulder. So we're in I call a pretzel twist. And we breathe here, breathing out any tension, stress, or strain out of this right side waist, opening the hips and expanding through the collarbone, expanding with the breath. One more breath here, one more moment. And then on your own time, you're going to lift first the legs to a neutral position and then the head. Unwinding the legs, maybe a windshield wiper through the knees. And then let's do the other side. So we're going to cross now our left foot on top of our right thigh, pulling back on that left toe, and then interlacing the fingers behind the right thigh as we draw the right leg in towards the chest. You're gently pushing the left knee away from the face, pulling back on the left toes, chin slightly in, creating a long spine, and then the shoulder blades. All that work we've done today in the shoulder blades, it relaxes in towards the mat, offering space for your breath. Another breath or two here. And keeping this just like it is. The legs just like they are. You're going to open your arms out like a T and drop this figure over towards the right side of the mat. And you help find a good position for your hip by using that left thigh, left knee. I even use my right hand to help position my left foot. Left knee stays up towards the stars, and then you turn your head over the left shoulder. Relax the shoulder blades into the mat, maybe shrug them down a few times. Open up the wingspan. Soften the face, close the eyes. Another moment here, sighing out any tension or stress or strain you might find on this left side waist. When you're ready, inhale the legs up first, then the head. Relax the legs, unwinding them. A little wiggle and rock back and forth. And then any other postures you might need today before you come to Shavasana. So maybe another Apanasana with the knees in towards the chest, or maybe Happy Baby, taking the soles of the feet up, the knees in towards the armpits and the tailbone down, letting the hips open. Or you could do another twist, another bridge, anything that might help settle you into Shavasana. Just give yourself time, just a free moment to move into your body. And when you start craving stillness, you find it, allowing the legs to come long on the mat and the arms to open out beside you, palms up. Relax the shoulder blades, relax the face, and you lay here for a few moments. Lay here in Shavasana. Feel free to put a bolster under your knees or cover up with a blanket. I'm going to come out so I can better speak to you, but please stay in Shavasana, for laying on the mat, getting comfortable, getting warm, or cooling off if you need to take off some layers, and just laying, relaxing. Shavasana is one of the most important postures that we do in yoga because it allows our body to incorporate any changes that might have occurred during our practice. Maybe a physical change, emotional change, a spiritual change. So give yourself time to just lay on the mat, breathing in the 3-part breath, allowing yourself to settle and sink and melt into the earth. Give yourself one more moment to take a few deep inhales through the nose and exhale maybe through the mouth, sighing out any tension, stress, strain, pain, doubt, fear, anything that's still lingering that shouldn't be there. Let it go now. Sighing it out, letting it go. And as you breathe in here, know that you are constantly gifted breath, which brings in joy, love, light, health. So allow your inhale to bring in all that wonderment, all the joy, all the peace, and allow it to push out everything else, everything that's not needed. So that way, when you get off your mat, that's all that's left is joy, peace, light, love, health. Because that's what you are. Another moment here. Breathing, letting go, and absorbing all love, all peace. If you would like to continue laying in Shavasana, please do. If you're ready to come out, invite breath and space and movement back into your joints, into your body, into your muscles. Take your time to roll to the right side and gently make your way up to sitting. Come with eyes closed and hands at heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Drink lots of water and eat yummy, healthy food, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Go in peace. Namaste.